Hi, good afternoon. Thanks for joining me in this webinar. My name is Ivy. Time check now is 12:56 p.m. We shall wait for the other participants to stream in progressively. We'll start at 1:03 p.m. See you in a while. Let me know if you can't hear my voice. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Okay, just to sound check first. We will start this webinar at 1:03 p.m. Waiting for the other participants to stream in. So maybe just to heads up, okay, today is 15 June. I hope we had a good lunch. So if you are actually just a heads up for next month is July. July I will be inviting there'll be a investment seminar at the Toa Payoh branch, which you keep a lookout at our employers website if you are interested in some investment topic or this portfolio. There will be an upcoming seminar in July, 18 July at Toa Payoh branch. You can, if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me. I can help you to register. So keep a lookout on our employers website. I think it's not up yet, likely in the early July. So we are still waiting for some participants. Now the time is 1 p.m. Okay, we will commence in another 3 minutes. And see you in a while. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so the time is now 1:03 p.m. I shall start this webinar. So basically, this topic, critical illness, is a very important topic in our life. So I wanted to share with you more of the key points and key concepts so that you are bring more awareness of the importance of critical illness planning. So this webinar, I'll try to make it very concise, short and sweet, okay, so that you can key takeaway. Basically, in this webinar, I will not be mentioning any specific products or solution, just the overall topic, okay? So, okay, I'll keep it short within the next 30-40 minutes. Okay, I go. Okay, my name is Ivy. I'm an investment consultant from the Toa Payoh Phillip Investor Center. Okay, so just a corporate profile of Phillip Capital. Okay, so basically here's an overview, one-page overview of Phillip Capital. We are established since 1975. So this year, Phillip Capital is 50 years old. Okay, so in fact this month, okay. We are integrated Asian financial house. Okay, so Phillip Securities is a member of the Phillip Capital Group. And we have global presence in the 15 countries with HQ in Singapore, and as well as presence in Asia and other countries as well. So in Singapore, we have 10 Phillip Investor Center. I am from the Toa Payoh branch, Toa Payoh Phillip Investor Center. So if you are in the stay around Toa Payoh, you can drop by to say just hello and that you attended my webinar and want to find out more about investment or even insurance. Okay, here's the suite of our products and solutions for our clients. So today, so it's a huge instruments for you. Yeah, so wealth management, regular service plan, all these things. So of course today I will be focusing on insurance. In case you are not aware, we have many insurance partners with us. Okay, so yeah, we're also the intermediary for insurance broker with the insurance partner. So about me, my name is Ivy. Okay, so here's my rep number and MBS representative number. So I am a certified financial planner, CFP, accredited by the FIPAS, Financial Planning Association of Singapore. I am licensed and I specialize in wealth protection in the areas of wealth protection, life, health, and general insurance, as well as wealth advisory and wealth management in the areas of funds or UT, money market fund, corporate bonds, managed account services. So personally, I am a strong advocate for personal financial wellness. It's in those areas that I shared just now. So here's an overview of the critical illness planning topics today. I will cover with you an overview of the CI planning for short, critical illness planning, and what are the key features and benefits of CI plan, as well as what are the key considerations of CI planning and key strategies for critical illness planning. If there's any question, I will try to address towards the end of the webinar, so stay tuned throughout the webinar. Okay, here's an overview of the critical illness planning. So basically, I will cover basically 4W1H. What is critical illness planning? Why is there a need? And who needs to do CI planning? And what are the types of critical illness plan and the key benefits for you? Okay, so I will cover what is critical illness planning. So basically, it is a process to prepare yourself financially and practically, so that in the event of being diagnosed with a serious medical condition, for example, major cancer or stroke, for example, later I'll cover more details. So the objective is to ensure that you and your family members can manage the financial burden and lifestyle impact should you be hit with critical illness. So of course, we know the key impact of critical illness is you may not be able to work full-time or part-time. You may have to maybe stop work for a while, and that means a loss of income. Of course, you need to seek medical treatment, so there will be some medical treatment and medical and treatment expenses as well. And there also may be some modification to your lifestyle, such as home modification or having additional caregiving support. So all these are expenses as well. And not forgetting the non-financial part, your emotional and social impact as well. So basically it is to prepare yourself in case critical illness strikes you one day. I think in the course of your day-to-day life, you may come across that some of your family members or relatives may be hit by critical illness. Okay, so like for me, my relative was actually diagnosed with some mid stage 3 some cancer at colorectal. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's quite common. So we got to prepare ourselves financially and yeah, and the other aspect, the non-financial aspect. So okay, let's take a look at your health journey. Okay, in your day-to-day health journey, when you fall sick, okay, of course you visit your nearest GP or those under the Health SG program, right? Your polyclinic or GP or even some specialists. So in those usually you pay out of pocket first or you pay from your company doctor. Or in the event that you need to be hospitalized, okay, you have your fully covered with your Medishield or integrated shield plan. All right. So what if critical illness strikes you one day suddenly? Okay, so of course, critical illness, yes, you already know it from some cases. You are aware that basically critical illness can be early stage, intermediate stage, or advanced stage. Just a general overview. So of course, critical illness have to be some covered yourself with some CI plan policy as well. So what's the key benefits of having a critical illness plan or policy? Basically, it is to give you a lump sum payout upon diagnosis of covered critical illness. And it is a supplement, it's additional to your health insurance. That's what I mentioned just now. You are hospitalized because of treatment. Okay, those are covered under Medishield integration plan. But there are some follow-up medical treatment, etc., or even day-to-day household expenses or income replacement, where I mentioned just now, because you will have to stop work to get some rest, right? So having a critical illness plan for yourself is to give you a lump sum, then you can focus, rest and cover on your health, okay, so that you can have a good recovery and back to workforce, okay, or part-time or full-time. So basically it's a supplementary to your health insurance so that it will not eat into your savings or you will have to liquidate your investment at a loss. Here are the key benefits for you. So who needs to do CI planning? In short, my answer is particularly everyone. Be it your individual, you're employed or self-employed, single or married, at least get some basic critical illness plan for yourself in case it strikes you. Of course, most importantly is if your parents with dependents, aging children, aging parents, right? Aging parents or even children, or it is more important to have a CI planning for as well. So of course, government recognize the importance of protection in the form of insurance. So just a recap on what is this basic financial planning guide. This is actually developed by MAS and MoneySense. Okay. Basically, the 4 pillars under this basic financial planning guides include emergency fund protection, investment, and legacy planning. Of course, today I'll just focus on protection, which is insurance coverage. Okay, so basically this is the protection element, a very important element as well for your holistic financial wellness journey. So in this protection element, the government also recommended some like benchmark for you so that if you can have it, then it's good. You can exceed, that's even better. So in terms of critical illness, you can see it is 4 times your annual income. Okay, later I give you some illustration. If you also want to find out what's the death and TBD coverage, is also 9 times. Yeah. Okay, some simple illustration. Okay, we'll just focus on the critical illness, which is today's topic. 4 times the annual income. For example, your monthly income is 5K per month. That translate around excluding bonus, that's translate to 60K per year. So 4 times 60K. So ideally, your coverage for your critical illness is 240K. That is 4 times your annual income. This is just a general rule of thumb. Okay, if you can exceed, well, go for it. If you can afford and the budget all this, go for it. Okay, so it's just a benchmark for you to start with. Okay, so in the case that you also know about the death and TBD is 9 times. Okay, just to give you the key concept first. Okay, so I will dive deeper into the critical illness now. So you have heard this 37 critical illness. So basically it includes major cancer, severe heart attack, end-stage illnesses that includes end-of-stage kidney failure, end-of-stage lung disease, liver failure, etc., or even severe dementia, coma, or stroke, or terminal illness. So collectively, okay, so it is who came up with this 37 critical illness? It is by the LIA, Life Insurance Association of Singapore. It maintains this list of 37 severe CI as part of their Critical Illness Framework 2019, which I will zoom in now. Okay, in case it's too small, basically the key point is what I covered just now, which is major cancer, severe heart attack, etc. Okay, basically the advantage of those cancer that was mentioned just now. Okay, so these are the lists maintained by the LIA. So you want to, I think from those slides before that, you should roughly know what are the top 3 critical illness in Singapore. Okay, here you go. Okay, so the top 3 CI in Singapore that is diagnosed daily, that includes cancer, heart attack, and stroke. Okay, so the source came from Health Promotion Board. Okay. Okay, can. Of course, the CNA article also mentioned that 1 in 4 Singaporeans, that means 25% of Singaporeans, are likely to face a critical illness in their life stages. Okay, so it is very true. Okay. In fact, I also do a search on the Singapore Cancer Society, the common types of cancer by gender. On the left, the top 5, so-called top 5 cancer experienced by gender men: prostate, colon, rectum, and lung cancer, liver cancer as well. On the right, no surprise for women, it is breast cancer. It is 12K number of cases for the past 5 years, and colorectal, rectum cancer, and lung cancer, etc. So just to give you some statistic to begin with to show that cancer in Singapore that's affecting the both genders. Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, in case you want to know what is the medical cost of those cancer treatment, okay, I also done a research from the website. Bring you through the prostate cancer that is experienced by the gender men. The medical bill size, for over the 18 months, that amounts close to 98K. So that includes treatment costs like cancer drug treatment, which is 87K, and the treatment related costs like cancer drug treatment. So collectively, I would say it's quite close to 100K. That is for prostate cancer average bill. For women with breast cancer, the medical bill size for over the 18 months is close to 184K. It's a very large sum. So imagine you're hit with this cancer, or your family member, if they do not have a CI plan, where do they fork out their money from? Likely from their savings. Or so she is a very large sum of money. So next one will be the colorectal cancer. Is also very common. So you can see the medical bill, it is almost 130K. So that includes hospitalization, surgery, and surgery treatment, things like this. So you can see average medical cost for the top few cancers in Singapore, average, I would say is spent across roughly 800K at least, around 100K to 200K. Okay, just to give you some ballpark reference. Okay, so what are the key features of critical illness plan? Okay, I think you have heard of some of the key terms. Let me bring you through the key features. Usually when you buy into policy, the insurance policy, there will be a free look period. Let's say today you enter the policy, you pay the premium. Okay, then that is a 14 days free look period for you. In case you want to cancel, you can inform your insurer. So let's say nothing happens, you follow through. For critical illness plan, typically there is a waiting period of 90 days. So what is this waiting period for? Basically, it starts from 90 days from your beginning of the coverage. Example, if something happened to you, you're diagnosed with some of the diagnosed condition during these 90 days, there will be no payout. Because the insurers, okay, typically is in this clause, because they also want to protect that we also don't want clients or for some cases that they know that they are actually have some cancer condition they go and apply, then that is the false declaration. Okay, so there is a waiting period. Okay, and of course there is also a survival period, typically 7 days from the date of diagnosis from the CI covered under the benefit. So only upon after you survive the survival period of 7 days, then you will receive the benefit payout for your recovery. So these are the key features, okay, or key periods, okay. Okay, so what are the key types of critical illness plan? Okay, so I mentioned just already, basically early stage, intermediate stage, or advanced stage, okay. So if you have some older policy, very likely your whole life or term life plan have already covered the advanced stage or end stage cancer. So for over the past many years, so critical illness plan has evolved into you can buy early cancer plan or multi-PM CI plan. Okay. So of course the CI coverage, as I mentioned just now, it can be a standalone critical illness policy, or you already have some attached as a rider. You can attach rider to your term life policy, or whole life policy, just to give you an idea. Okay, so what is the advantage or disadvantage of having standalone CI plan? So for a standalone CI plan, means it's a separate critical illness plan on its own. So typically it is more extensive coverage, which covers or includes more number on types of critical illness. So okay, maybe I just for example, if you have a term life or whole life plan, if you bought many years ago, the critical illness is likely to cover the 37 CI that is mentioned in the LIA, more major cancer. Okay, so with a standalone CI plan, it can actually include the 3 stages of cancer so called early stage, intermediate, and advanced stage. And it can cover up to 120 or 130 over conditions. That is, okay, it varies across insurers, so take a look at that as well. So for standalone CI plan, it also offers more flexibility, lump sum or multi-pay feature. Of course, who don't want multi-pay feature, right? But it comes with the premium. If you typically, if you have a limited budget, you will just go for lump sum. If you can afford a higher budget, okay, and especially your age profile is also younger, 30 plus, then it's good to go for the multi-pay feature. Okay, so yeah, today I will not mention about any products or insurance, not just a general overview. If you're keen, you can reach out to me. So a standalone plan also give you higher sum assured. Okay, you can take a look at your own policy. Is it standalone or is it part of the term life or whole life? So basically, if it's a rider to the term life or whole life policy, the sum assured is actually tagged to your sum assured, so what DB, the death benefit part, okay, accelerated or additional. Okay, so I mentioned just now the advantage include early across the 3 stages of critical illness coverage. Of course, limitation, it comes with a price. Okay, so higher premium because It's a standalone. Okay, give you more coverage, higher sum assured. That means also higher premium. Okay, so balance that against your budget and affordability. Plus, it's going to be pay long term. So it's longer period of payments in terms of years. Yeah. So here are the key considerations for your potential need for protection need. Regardless, is for your CI plan. So this applies to all your any protection or insurance policy. Consider your financial situation, which means your cash flow, any outstanding loan budget as well. And consider your family dependence. Okay, so if you have family dependence, have some key coverage in case something happens to you. Okay, CI or death benefit. Okay, have some funds for them also. Of course, coverage that you require. Okay, so basically the whole thing is about you have to afford and work within your budget. And because insurance is for long term. Okay, so it's a very important decision. So okay, here are the key strategies for critical illness plan. So basically, it is to assess your risk profile. Okay, consider your health condition. Okay, your health, like your lifestyle. Sorry. Okay, so maybe your whether you exercise often or whether you smoke a lot. Smoking, I mean, yeah. And your age profile. Of course, typically you are younger and your no the family medical history is okay. So try to get yourself covered at an early stage as possible so as you can lock in the lower premium, okay, rather than you buy the policy at a later age when your health are actually not in a good condition. Yeah. Of course, consider your financial needs for critical illness coverage. As I mentioned just now, for CI coverage, consider the medical costs because the medical treatment costs, like what I show you under the prostate cancer, breast cancer, you can see they cost quite a lot, okay, for those medical treatment. Follow up after your treatment costs, and of course caregiver costs because you are not able to work lightly, part-time or full-time, and who's going to take care of you? So these are the practicalities that you need to consider. The first thing is to choose the appropriate CI plan, whether standalone or is a rider to your life insurance, or you go for lump sum or multi-pay. Okay. And of course, review and update your CI plan regularly because in Singapore, generally the medical inflation is at least 10%. Oh, okay. So also consider your major life events. Okay. Let's say you last time maybe you bought your CI plan was 10 years ago and you are single. Now that we are starting a family, children, okay, so your review the adequacy of your CI coverage. Is it remember the 4 times annual income thing covered by the basic financial planning guide as from the MAS and the Money Sense? Okay, of course, lastly, consider your budget, cash flow, your dependence and coverage as well. Okay, so I think I have come to the end of the webinar. Okay, so let me see. I think there are some questions. Okay, I'm looking at the chat group. The slides, okay, the slides will not be provided to you, okay. It's my proprietary information. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me. You can WhatsApp me or email me. Okay, I will provide to you. Or actually, usually I would prefer to meet you in person. I explain to you and share with you more. Maybe you have some other specific concern that you may have, but maybe it's very something that is personal to you. Yeah, then you can reach out to me. Is that okay, Jason? What other insurance plans one should have? Okay, it's a very good question. So today I just focus on critical illness. Of course, CI plan is just one subset of it, one part. In general, actually I have a separate slide, but I think it's good. Jason, maybe I can reach out to you. So that I can have a holistic assessment of what is there and what not there. So the idea is do not over-insure, but do not under-insure yourself as well. Okay, but basically to give you a quick answer, Jason, okay, typically when you start your career, right, first is you will build your career over time. So of course, term life or whole life policy is important. Then critical illness, Then your hospitalization plan, like the MediShield, Singaporeans and PR are already on board by default. That is MediShield, but it's good to add on integrated shield plan for the hospitalization healthcare insurance. Then actually there are a few more. These are the key ones, or even CareShield is the basic one. Good to have a supplement. So these are more of the key ones. Of course, there are many others. Okay. So I hope I answer you, Jason. Okay, there is a question to say that would you suggest someone not married with dependent? Okay, that is a question on, let's say, an individual who is not married, no, okay, single basically, to consider CI plan with life plan. That means as a rider. Okay, so a quick answer to your question. Your question is for CI plan member, the better you get the CI plan for yourself, especially when you are still healthy, because if you get you get a CI plan at a later stage, especially you are actually as we age, right? Our health will we'll have some conditions along our health journey. So the earlier you start, you lock in your premium at a lower rate. Okay, that is how the industry function. So while you're healthy, get yourself covered with those key insurance that I mentioned to you. Because in the event that let's say you get yourself a CI plan 40 or 50s, of course, yes, provided you are clean bill of health. But the moment that you have actually some pre-existing condition, things like that, then the insurers, of course, you must declare. Okay. Then the insurers will likely may have exclusion. That means they do not cover that condition, or they have loading. They would you means your premium will be higher. So it's good to get yourself covered, be it is critical illness plan or other plan, as early as possible. Can reach out to me because I can have you take a look whether what is your existing coverage now and what is not there. Okay. Okay, let me see what are the questions. I think there's another questions. Okay, so there is a questions for, let's say you're retirees, you have no annual income. How do we calculate the insurance coverage? Okay, it's a very good question. Okay, although you're retired, but likely you will still have some income, right? Like savings or CPF life, But if you follow me just now, my slides on the, okay, let me see. Let me go back to the slides. Okay. On this part, pardon me. Let me go back. Yes, yeah. Okay. This one is from the MAS and Money Sense. Okay, this part. Sorry, the 9 times 4 times thing. So the answer. Okay, so of course, generally the 4 times the annual income, right? So you may have some rental income, okay, or CPF line. So it's a general rule, okay. So let's say you are working, of course, the general is 5K per month times 12, 60K. So of course, if you can afford more, you go all the way, okay. But the point is no need to over insure because there are so many insurance in life that you have to cover yourself. Okay, so my view is always, okay, the key insurance, right, policy for each purpose. Each insurance has a purpose, okay? So at least you get some basic coverage for yourself first. If you need to enhance along the way, okay, then you look out for sorry. You can actually reach out to your financial advisor. If you don't have, you can reach out to me as well. You can take a look to see whether there is any gap. Okay, so I hope I have answered the questions. So yeah, the retirees part, right? So basically, if there is no for retirees, sorry, or rather if you are not working, okay. So my general is basic 100K. 100K is the coverage. Okay, at least 100K. Okay. Why do I say at least 100K? Because you remember just now I mentioned about the medical building. In fact, it can be more, but as a general rule of thumb, easily 100K and above. Okay. Of course, you can you have some other income and you can afford your premium, get yourself covered from a range of 100K to 200K. Okay, so that is the general rule of thumb. Okay, let me see. Thanks for the questions. Yeah, I hope I have answered the questions. Okay. Okay, there is a question. Let me see. Oh, okay, there is a question. By Mr. J. Okay. Just now his internet was cut off. Okay, so basically, yes, the key insurance that I mentioned just now is term life, whole life, hospitalization insurance, that means your MediShield or integrated shield plan, CareShield life and supplement, critical illness plan, okay, personal accident plan as well, okay, also important. The event of something struck you, let's say personal accident is you incurred, sorry, you are injured yourself, then you have to go for some medical treatment costs, and those are typically not covered by MediSave. Okay, so you have to fork out your bill. Of course, you can buy personal accident plan, but you have to use your money. But let's say PA plan, if it's let's say you actually incur some personal accident, and it cause injury to your body, or accidental death or injury, sorry, then of course you go and see doctor first, then get reimbursement through your personal accident plan. Okay. Okay. Any benefits? Okay, there's a question on any benefit if you purchase via Philip or insurers. Okay, because there are so many insurance company in the industry. Of course, you can do your research, but you can also come to me. Okay, we are the middleman. Okay, because we know what are the what are the good and quality insurance policy in the areas of those key insurance I mentioned to you, because we have done our homework and comparison. Then we can actually assist you and onboard you on those key insurance that you actually need to cover with. But make sure that I will do a assessment for you first, whether there is a gap. Maybe you already have some coverage here and there. Okay, so don't over insure yourself, don't under insure. Okay. So basically, it's to protect yourself. Okay, protect your family, and not forgetting your property as well, your house. Also, in case your own house, you haven't covered yourself with a home property insurance. Okay, so this one are the key important ones in life. Okay, I hope I can address your questions. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm still here. Any other questions for me? So you can see from, yeah, actually is when I do the research on this thing is actually, yeah, it's a very big sum. Yeah. So if we do not have a CI plan, okay, it is very taxing on your health and your financial health and your family as well, because they will be affected and you have to change and modify your lifestyle. You may not be able to work because you need to seek treatment. Right? Okay. Okay, let me see. I think there's a question. There is a question. Okay. Okay, well, there's a question. Okay, Mr. Lai. Okay, there's a question. His question is, if he buy 100K SSCI plan, and he also got investment in this local bank stock with the remaining funds. Okay, if the medical costs exceed 100K and start selling that stock and get hold of funds within 3 days. So what is my view? Okay, thank you, Mr. Lai, for the question. Okay, so investment, right? Investment, of course, you do a home already. Even though you buy a very solid local bank stock, okay, it still come with a risk. Okay, yes, the bank stock is resilient. Yeah, the one I mentioned. Okay, so in case, okay, I don't want to mention the stock, the bank stock name, easily guess, but investment got a risk and the volatility is there.
Okay, because you're buying into that company, be it the bank or Singapore stock or even overseas stock. Okay. So if you have bought a critical illness plan, for example, 100K, okay, uh, let's say the plan that you bought is a lump sum paid out, okay, 100K. Okay, for example, let's say for myself, I got a 100K plan, which covers across the three stages of the critical illness. Let's say, for example, I use myself example, I was hit by breast cancer, for example. Okay, of course, I'm diagnosed with the covered condition. Okay, of course, I have covered through the prelude period, the waiting period, remember the several period. I went through all these things. So of course, I submit my claims to the insurer. Then of course, they will check the medical report, things like this. Okay. Then okay, let's say everything goes smoothly, I got a payout. Okay. So then that is a lump sum payout from the insurance based on the policy contract, right? Of course, you can do your investment, but let's say you do not have a critical illness plan, Mr. Lai. You need to, let's say you do not have a critical illness plan, you do not have you do not have the critical illness plan, and you just purely on the investment, be it stocks or whatever, the investment has a risk and its volatility. What if that period of time, if I rewind back to, let's say something happened in April this year, right? The Trump policy thing, let's say it happened around that time and the volatility is there and most of the asset classes were down, right? So you want to liquidate, likely is at a loss, correct? Okay, so I think we don't want to experience that because we don't want to liquidate our investment when it's a loss position, am I right? So my view is you continue investment journey. Of course, you take profit. When it comes to insurance protection, we have adequate coverage as a safety net. Yeah, as a safety net for ourselves. Try not to liquidate your investment at a loss position for your medical condition, if possible. Okay, so that is my strategy. So it always goes back to you have your safety net first. Of course, it start with, if you allow me to go back to this position, but I always fall back on this page, this one, basic financial planning guide. Okay, so remember the 4 pillars that is actually developed by the MAS and MoneySense. Always have emergency fund first. Okay, no matter what your age. Of course, you started work. You have an emergency fund at least 6 months worth of your expenditure. For example, your monthly expenditure is 2K per month. Of course, 2K times 6 months, at least you can have a buffer more. So at least you have a emergency fund. Then next level is your protection, means insurance. You have an insurance in terms of those I mentioned just now, health and life policy, personal accident policy, critical illness plan, Okay, these are your protection. Then you move on to the next pillar, investment. That means you invest with the excess money after you have taken care emergency fund and protection. Then you invest your excess money. Okay, and of course grow your capital, okay. Then for your retirement planning. Okay, so this is the whole framework, which is about this basic financial planning guide. Okay. Of course, you can, like me, I have make sure that I have covered the pillar 1 and 2. Then I have also do my investment because I want to grow my capital. Okay, so for me, because at least I have my safety net here, protection, those insurance policy, the key ones that I already have. Okay, so yeah, that is the framework. I hope I have addressed this one. I hope I addressed your question, Mr. Lai. Okay, very good question. Thanks for the question. Yeah, I hope I have answered you. So if you are, you have actually some questions, I always fall back to the basic. Okay, so for me, the basic is the basic financial planning guide. The 4 pillars, remember? You make sure you settle this, then you move on to this level, then next level, and legacy planning. Okay. Okay, let me see. Any more questions? Yeah, thank you, Mr. Lai. Okay, any more questions on the actually a very important topic, CI, critical illness, because I think that I share with you, even my own family member also, okay, yes, some they experience some critical illness, but of course they seek treatment at early stage. Okay. So luckily it was detected early. Okay, so basically I just go back to the last few slides, sorry. Just a recap. So here's a recap, so-called key strategies of CI planning. Okay, remember, assess your current situation now. Okay, let's say you are now in your early 2030s. Okay, please get yourself started on CI planning. Never too early to start with. Okay, remember, lock in your premium at a lower rate, because as you age, if you buy in the late 30s, 40 or 50s, the premium is be higher as compared to you buy in the early 20s. Okay. At least get yourself some basic coverage first. Okay. Also consider your family medical history now. Okay. So because the insurers likely in your application, they will likely ask you whether how's your medical health declaration are. Okay. So of course generally you are in good health. Okay. So likely like no exposure now. Okay. But of course case of case basis that your financial needs and choose the appropriate CI plan as I mentioned just now. Okay, let me see. I think I've covered most of the. Okay, is there any more questions? Okay, so let's say you have okay, connect with me. Okay, you can scan this QR code. You can reach out to me through WhatsApp, sorry. Or maybe you prefer a face-to-face. Okay, you can email me or WhatsApp me. We can arrange to meet at Toa Payoh or somewhere that is more convenient to you. To find out more about critical illness planning or even other protection policies. Let's say you're also reviewing your own protection policies, right? Insurance policy to see if how do I see whether there's any gap. Yeah, let's say you do not have any financial advisor, right? You can also reach out to me as well. I can have a take a look. And because we at Phillip Securities, we have many insurance partners, okay? So the familiar names are Income Insurance, Singlife, Tokio Marine, HSBC Life. Well, these are our insurance partner. Yeah, so we have more choices and not just that one or two. Okay. Okay, so is there any more questions? I have covered most of my topics. The time check is 1:45. Okay, very good questions today. I also hope you also find this session useful. Maybe can drop by or email me your feedback for my webinar. So I'll be here for another 5 minutes. If you have any burning questions or you have some questions after this webinar, you can reach out to me. You can take photo of this one, then you can email me or WhatsApp me. Yeah. I'll be here for another 5 minutes until 1:50. So just a heads up, as I mentioned just now before the webinar, I will be have a seminar in July. I think it's 18 July. It's a Friday at Toa Payoh branch. I'll be inviting our managed account portfolio team. Okay, so they have actually generated very good performance. It's a team, there's a few of them. Yeah. So it's a very good performance. If you're interested to find out more about their seminar, it's 18 July. Look out for our Poynt's website education page, or you can reach out to me. I can help you register with limited seats. Okay. So yeah. So that's about it. So the time is 46. Okay, I'll be here for another 4 minutes. Okay. Okay, I see there's a question. Okay, there is a question on whether can use MediSave to buy critical illness. Critical illness typically is cash. Yeah. Okay, maybe to answer you, right? Yeah, so critical illness is cash. Okay. So what can you use MediSave to buy? What are the insurance? Okay, to answer you, MediSave, MediShield or Integrated Shield plan, there's a portion that you can use your MediSave to buy. Integrated Shield plan. Depending on your age profile, okay. Okay. So MediSave you can buy Integrated Shield plan up to a certain limit. For CareShield Life, And CareShield Life supplement, you can also use MediSave. Also there's a limit on that. Okay, but for CI plan, cash. But as long as say cash means, of course, you can pay by charge to credit card lah. Oh, yeah. So I hope I have answered the question. For most of the insurance policy is cash lah. So only for those approved healthcare or long-term care insurance, like the one I mentioned, integrated shield plan or CareShield Life or supplement, there's a portion that you can use MediSave. So like for term life, whole life policy is cash, okay, cash premium. You can choose monthly premium, annual premium, or quarterly premium. Okay. Once you can afford, you can pay annual premium because your average out actually is lower amount. Of course, you prefer a monthly premium method, that's also okay with the insurers. Because upfront you just indicate accordingly. CI plan, yeah, it's cash only. Okay, any other questions for me? Let's say you have more questions, you can reach out to me, email me, or WhatsApp me. So thanks for joining me in this webinar. Yeah, it's all good, very good questions. Yeah. So let's say in future you want to learn about other topics in investment or insurance, you can reach out to me. I can try to curate some topics that is you're interested in. Yeah. So basically next month, as I shared just now, if I'm interested in investment topics, okay. So I have invited this team. They have actually produced very good performance on their managed account portfolio. Very interesting because I myself also very impressed with their performance. So I hope you can also join me in this seminar on 18 July. Okay, keep a lookout. So in case you also want to attend, don't know how to attend, reach out to me. You can WhatsApp me, then I can help you register. Is that okay? Okay, so sorry. Okay, I have come to the end of this webinar. Thanks for the question. Okay, I will stop sharing and end this webinar in 10 seconds. So your last 10 seconds to take a photo of these slides if you want to reach out to me. Okay, thanks for your time. Okay, hope you find this session useful. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.